Hey yo, it's Thrift, and today's gonna be a what sold video, and it starts right now. Alright guys, welcome if you're new to the channel. My name is Julian, also known as the Thrift Machine here on YouTube, and I buy stuff and flip it online for a living and make YouTube videos about it. I also do like haul videos and the day in the life of a full-time eBay reseller. So if you like that type of content, always remember to subscribe, comment down below, like the video, and check out some of my other videos. So today's gonna be a what sold video. It's gonna be 20 what sold for me in the last couple of days, and we're gonna go over exactly how much I paid for it roughly and about how long it took to sell. So let's go ahead and get started with the first item. This one right here is one of my favorite brands to look out for golf clubs. This is TaylorMade. So this is a TaylorMade 300 forged 6-iron with a rifled shaft, 6.0 steel right-handed club. And this does say all that on the shaft. So when I'm like rambling off all that stuff, that's actually on the shaft, on the sticker. And if I don't know exactly what it is, I don't put it actually in the title or description or anything. But this one does have it all on the shaft. It did go for $32. The buyer did pay shipping. I probably had $1 wrapped up in this in a big bulk buy, but it was from like 8 or 9 months ago, so I'm already in the profit on that. So this is gonna be pure profit, but definitely this one took a while to sell. This ping right here is an older one, and the number on it was 85068, and it was a putter right-handed. It did have the original ping grip, but it had cracks in it, and I definitely made sure I took good pictures of that and put it in the title, description, and good pictures. Hopefully they saw that. And it did go for $34. The buyer did pay shipping. I had $3 into this, and it did take about 2 weeks to sell, and I put that on an offer, or got an offer for it, and I took 34 bucks for it. I think I had it listed for 45 plus shipping. This SpongeBob GameCube game from 2004 did go for $16.99, and the buyer did pay shipping. And I have like less than $1 into this, but I'm already in the profit on this. This was from a game lot I got the other day with a whole bunch of other things, and everything sold very fast for the GameCube. This is one of the last games that I have, so I'm pretty happy with $16.99. This Mizuno JPX 825 6-iron regular flex graphite shaft did go for $38, and the buyer did pay shipping. Took a while to sell, probably about 2 or 3 months, and I'm $3 into that club, so definitely turned $3 into 38, which is a good thing. And Mizuno is also a really good brand to take a look at when you're trying to buy golf clubs. This is a knife, an old timer 1560T little finger little hunter with leather sheath. The thing about these, I bought a whole bunch of these knives a while back in a yard sale, and they sold very fast, these old timers. I don't know anything about these knives or exactly like how much they were worth, but on the blade itself, there was a number at the base of the blade that goes to the handle. All I did was type that stuff in, Googled it, or put it on eBay just to see what it was, and then went from there with comping the prices. But this one had a very high comp on it, the highest one that I sold, and I do have $5 into this. It took a while to sell, like I just said, probably 2 or 3 months, and it did go for $65, and the buyer did pay shipping, so pretty happy with that return. This wrench I have nothing into. This is a Thorson. Now, Thorson isn't like a great brand that I always look out for. Most of these I always just list because I got them in a big bulk buy, like maybe in a toolbox or something. But this one did go for $5, and the buyer did pay shipping. That was a 17mm combination wrench. It is a small wrench, not very large. And again, $5, but I probably have like less than 10 cents into that in those big bulk buys I do with tools. This I got for free. These are some vintage envelopes from the US Navy. Now, these are just envelopes with stamps, and they were from like the 80s and 90s, and they did go for $25, and the buyer did pay shipping on again, free to me, but it did take a while to sell, probably a couple months. This one right here is a Crestology vintage 6-inch 15mm crescent wrench made in the United States. Did go for $9.99. The buyer did pay shipping. I'm probably, again, less than 10 cents into this. When I buy like a huge bulk of tools, the best way to do it to me is by like the whole actual toolbox with everything in it, things sort through it. And like stuff like this, I literally have nothing into, so that's gonna be mostly profit. These right here I got for $1.89 in a different state a while back, and I was super excited to find these for so cheap. And again, so I don't really have much into these, about $12 to $14. And these are some vintage Wilson staff Dynapower Turf Riders. Now again, all of that is actually on the club. This club had a ton of writing on it. So it actually says, Wilson Staff Dynapower turf rider, soul irons. This was 2 through pitching wedge, right-handed clubs. I had no idea how much these were actually going to go for because these are old clubs. There wasn't a lot listed or a lot sold. So I put them up on auction. They got 3 bids. And again, 132 is not bad at all. This right here, I have less than $1 into. This is Mattel Minecraft Battle Bots, the Ender Dragon with the stand. Did go for $35 and the buyer did pay shipping. This went international. Had no idea that Minecraft stuff was so expensive. Even like the little ones. I have a whole big lot right now on sale. I think it's at an auction for like $99. But this one was special, so I did pull this one out. It's like a limited edition or something. And it did go for 35 bucks. It only took like a couple weeks to sell. This is a Royal Albert 2002 teacup. Now, again, I learned this from Kat the Nurse Flipper and some other people that I watch about glass. And Royal Albert, it's called Old Country Rose. And this one had like a blue like look to it. And this stuff sells for like super expensive and super fast. I listed this for $35 with shipping. Sold in about a week, and I picked it up for I think $4 or $2 at a Goodwill not too long ago. So super excited. Now I know what Old Country Rose looks like, because again, it's different when you look at pictures and everything, but when you hold it in your hand, I know exactly what it looks like now. So I'm definitely gonna be looking out for that. So remember, Royal Albert Old Country Rose sells like a hotcake. This one right here is an Amazon Fire Stick TV first generation streamer. It had no remote, but it did actually work. And it went for $19.90. The buyer did pay shipping. Took a while to sell, and I had $5 in that at a Goodwill. When I say a while, probably about 2 months, 3 months. These are New Era 940 Carolina Panthers hats. I sold these together because one had a little bit of condition issues, and I knew that it wasn't going to get a whole bunch of money by itself. So I did sell both of them for $20. The buyer did pay shipping. This went international, and I have about $1 into each hat. So $2 into 20, not too bad there. 5 PS4 games did go for $21 on auction. I have very little money into them, less than $1 in actual game. And again, that was from that lot about a couple months ago, but I did put them on auction for 10 days and they sold for $21 with shipping, and the buyers did have 9 bids on that. So that's pretty good. If you notice, I am putting a lot more things on auction. I'm starting to like auctions. You know, if you can wait 10 days, I'm putting a lot of stuff on auction now. Just all those racquetball rackets I picked up, all those are going to go on auctions. If you didn't watch that, that's when I was on vacation. I will link that video down below about all the cool things I found when I was in North Carolina. So very, very cool trip for sure. This one right here is going to be an Odyssey White Hot RX Blade. This is just the head cover one for $5.50, and the buyer did pay shipping on this. I have nothing into this at this time, but I always say, and this head cover was all beat up. I mean, it had like really bad marks on it, and it was in terrible condition, really. And the person still bought it because the head covers are very important. If you ever out there see head covers in really good condition, Ping, Scotty Cameron, or other ones, definitely comp them out and pick them up. You can get them for super cheap. This wheel bearing 238. This is actually, I got one more wheel bearing socket left. Did go for $11. The buyer did pay shipping. This is a pretty big nut. I mean, a wheel bearing, so it's for a car in the front, and it's huge. I mean, it's about that big by that big. But I think it did fit in a padded flat rate, and I have nothing into that, but that took a really long time to sell. Some of these tools that are specialty tools, like a wheel bearing 2 3/8 lock nut, I mean, there's only certain cars that are going to need that, and the person's going to need that can wait that long. Usually stuff like this is a more of an emergency type of deal, like your car is broke down, because I've had this happen, and you need a part or a tool super fast, so you have to go buy it like at a store or go rent it at the auto parts store. So these are kind of like a hard sell, but they always will sell, but a lot of them are very long tail. My vintage Zepco finally sold. It was the vintage Zepco I got for $5 in the pack from 1993. It was a 202. Somebody offered me $30 for it plus shipping. I only paid $5 for it, and I definitely wanted to get that thing out the door because it was kind of in the way. It was a long package. So I was happy to see that go, and it only took a couple weeks to sell. I think I probably could have held out for like 40 bucks or 50 bucks, but why hold out when somebody's either going to open this up and use it or like put it on the wall for decoration? So it was a super cool thing. I'm glad that it sold. This one is a Night Performance driving iron. Not a lot of money here, but again, probably made $10 profit, which is actually, if you watch me, that is one of the main things that I want to do on all my stuff. I want to make $10 profit, like in the pocket after taxes, fees, everything, $10 in the pocket per sale, which is pretty good because if you do 10 a day, that's $100 a day. That's not too terribly bad. It's like, you know, $36,500 a year after taxes. So that is actually my goal. I just told you my goal really fast, but that is exactly what it is. But this one right here did go for $15.99, and the buyer did pay shipping. $3 at that at a Goodwill. Always comp out driving irons. This one only went for $15.99, but I've seen driving irons well up in the 80s, 90s, and $100. So always check those driving irons out. This is a Wilson Sledgehammer 2.0 tennis racket. It needed a grip, and I pick up a lot of tennis rackets just around here. I find actually pretty good ones, and Wilson, it usually isn't a brand that I like look at, but I'll tell you, I actually have started looking at more Wilson stuff because all the racquetball rackets that I have are Wilson, and a lot of those are like 50, 60, all the way up into about $150. So don't discount Wilson at all. For some reason I would say, Wilson not that good, but I've been running, I ran this comp in the store and picked it up for probably $4, and it sold for $39 with shipping. It sold within a month. That's not too bad. This Atom Tight Lies Strong 5, I have noticed that Strong 5 Atoms Tight Lies go a lot faster than 3 woods by far. I have like 6 3 woods for sale. I had like 5 woods for sale. All the 5 woods are sold. The 3 woods haven't really sold at all. So this one right here, if you says Adams Tight Lies with the Strong 5 on the side, definitely comp it out and pick it up if you can get it for cheap, because this did go for $23.20. The buyer did pay shipping, and probably took about a couple weeks to sell. All right, so right there, that was 20 what sold for me in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully you can go out there and find some of this stuff and flip it online to make some money for yourself. So if you like this type of content, always remember to subscribe, comment down below, and like the video, and you know I will always catch you on the next one.